That guy. And nothing. So, at the moment, I desperately have to find shelter, since I can't rely on myself to be able to light a fire quite yet. So I'm going to head over yonder. Let's see what we can see. The nicest place to take shelter on this map is, of course, just far enough that I might well end up catching hypothermia before I get there. But it is a lot closer than any other shelter at the moment. Assuming I don't get waylaid by some sort of animal on my way there. Actually gonna take a shorter route. Slightly shorter route, anyway. But one of the major problems with this game is getting turned around, lost, and then invariably dead from the elements, which I'm trying to avoid. Let's see. Ooh, excellent. A hatchet. I was in desperate need of that. Yeah, it is. Unfortunately, too cold for me to stay here. I can't be sure. No, I have to risk it. I don't think that I can make it to the nearest intact building within the time frame of not dying of hypothermia. So I'm gonna roll the dice and see if I can't get a fire lit. Rolling the dice, of course, is just more or less the way you have to go a lot of the time. In the long dark, you want to minimize it, of course, but most of the time, that's the best you can do. Every time you successfully light a fire, warm, your fire-making skill goes up ever so slightly. Yeah, it feels like -6 till 6, and that's the limit of all of the fuel that I have. So it will take time. This fire... actually, this fire is not going to be able to heat me up, unfortunately. Not without additional fuel, at least. And I don't really see any. So yes, that was not the right decision to make. Yeah, fires get hotter the more that you stuff into them. But apparently I didn't have enough, or at least the right kind of fuel, to get that up to a acceptable level. And given the fog that has rolled in, I am not going to be able to survive here. So that lighting that fire was an error in judgment, as I indicated it might well be. Now, I believe that this is the only path I can take that will lead me to shelter and long enough to not get hypothermic and die. But I may well end up getting hypothermic and dying anyway. We'll find out. Yep. The cold is starting to tell on me right now. I'm down to 80% condition and falling. And of course, the whole unable to see more than a couple of meters in front of me, that doesn't help. I more or less know the map, unless they've changed it in the recent update, and I don't think they have. So I know I'm heading towards a piece of shelter that could save me if I get there. Assuming, of course, that I don't get ambushed, twist an ankle, that sort of thing en route. But, obviously, the danger of fog, as you can see, is that it makes it very difficult to find your way if you don't already know where you're going. I have reached my destination, Trapper's Homestead. Kinda wish that I hadn't wasted all that firewood lighting a useless fire, but there we go. I did not die. Useful. Less useful. Water purification tablets are... Ooh, now that is what I call useful. A hunting rifle. Very necessary, I understand, since the developers decided to switch things around and make wildlife less easy to fool, and much less fearful of fire. So I'm very glad to have a rifle, even if I currently only have, I think, one bullet for it. Rifle cleaning kit, cloth. Yeah, all in all, this Trapper's Homestead has been pretty good this time around. Ooh, one more rifle round. Reclaimed wood. I am numb and dying from cold, but I'm warming up ever so slightly. Ooh, another rifle round. Excellent. Nothing up there. And not much in the way of food. A snare, but that's utterly useless to me at the moment. Yeah, I think we've pretty much looted this place dry, except for the safe here. Tired, thirsty, hungry. Yeah. Well, thirsty, I can do something about it right away. And hungry, I can improve. Not gonna be great. Let's see. I don't remember whether you have to start doing it clockwise. No. Clockwise it is. Alright, I'm gonna call that 43 or thereabouts. The first tumbler. Nope, 42. Fortunately, I was able to acquire a full set of safe cracking skills before I crashed in the Northern Canadian wilderness. Not 100% sure what I did for a living, but 47, let's say. Alright. 42. Back around to 40. No, 46. And yeah, not 100% sure what my profession was before I ended up. And 22. before I ended up stranded out here, but I'm not 100% sure it was legal. Alright. One more spin around the old dial. 42. 47. Wait, 46. And, oh, I've forgotten already. 20-something. 22. Boom. Ooh, me likey. 5 rounds of rifle ammunition. Unfortunately, that was it. Still, I'll take it. I will definitely take it. Alright. I now have a hatchet, which will aid me significantly in getting firewood. I do not have hypothermia, which is a plus. I also don't have a lot of matches, though. Good enough for the moment, however. And let's see if we can make 3 in a row. That would be just peachy, since I have... Nope.
Well, that didn't work.
Since I have no skill and no accelerant. I'm pretty much just going to have to use however many matches I need to get this thing going. I pray to the fire gods. Make my fire a great one. And they answer.
Turned out pretty well.
There we go. That should speed warming me up pretty significantly. Although reclaimed wood is not very good in that regard. Every different type of fuel that you can put into a fireplace or just a campfire outside has different characteristics, a different amount of time that it will burn, and a different heat that it will burn at. The reclaimed wood that I have been forced to use is much less useful than freshly chopped firewood, either cedar or fir wood. In fact, it's actually much less good than an equivalent amount of wooden sticks. But it will do in a pinch, and I am kind of in a pinch at the moment. Precious water. Alright, so I'm hungry now, but hungry and tired, and it's still pretty crummy outside. Let's see if there was anything hidden in the shadows that I couldn't see before. I doubt it, but anything's possible. Yes, one of the things that I like about the most recent update was it seems to have been an increase in difficulty overall. Oh, right. It used to be that you would take a torch out of a fireplace like this, whereas now you have to craft torches. Although you also currently have much less. Okay, that is a big improvement. You also have much less reason to craft torches because they are no longer much in the way of protection against wildlife. Right. So, there were a couple of pieces of firewood lying around, which is a big plus. So I'm now plenty warm, and I now have an axe with which I can which I can cut open. Let's see. Peaches. Not as good as a can opener.